That is amazing. And I'm happy that you're here to share. You said you got past your parents' guilt. Can you expound upon that and tell me more about what you mean by that?
Well, the most important thing is when you have leverage as an owner of a company, you could hire, fire, make or break somebody. And when I first came to Costa Rica, I was very fortunate to work at my friend's call center for 4 years. Now, this was not C-level there. I was starting off with the proletariat. I was in the cubicle like everybody else, but I gravitated towards it. I saw people that were engaged and were artists of speech, such intense concentrations for short periods of time in English. I thought it was fantastic. But I also heard the gripes, the good and the bad and the happy and the sad. And the biggest complaint people had is that they were not extended any sort of dignity and they felt like a number. And so there will always be a company with more technology and somebody with more advanced math skills than me. But this is what I do know. If you know somebody's name and you really invest in somebody and you make them an asset and not expendable, you find ways to delegate, to promote them. You take this sort of delicate stage of their career and you add wind to their sails. So Vera, they become more self-reliant and self-confident. And by doing so, I'm able to expand my roots and my branches so my tree can grow. And so I can't do this alone. And I needed to build a team around me in order to grow. And so I would hate to bring in a hot shot that could be a cancer or a jumper and just ruin the synergy of the center. Here, I love bringing in people that have skills because as someone that's bilingual, they bear the mark of higher education. But if they're like a squire to a knight with no bad habits and we can mold them, could you imagine what we can do with these individuals? And so for me, I like dessert first, and I like to play recess at the call center. I like to expand on their soft skills and their English skills to give them more diplomacy and really work on their vocabulary so they can express themselves better. And by doing so, you give them stimulation that's more than just earning a paycheck. They're really growing here with me, and I think that's a beautiful thing.
That's awesome. And you talked about that brings us to the topic of our show.
Oh yeah,
Happy tone,
happy
happy
tone.
lives.